Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of the Best Day Ever podcast. This is a podcast about our crafting journey, but it is also where we celebrate with you all the reasons why crafting every day makes for the best day ever. My name is Trish, and I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry as Tie-Dye Diva.
And my name is Arthella, and I can be found on Ravelry and Instagram as Eris Knits.
Yep. So we're back.
We're back
to talk about some more yarny goodness and
crafty
goodness.
All the things.
So today is, why do I always forget the date? Today is Friday, October 11th. Mm-hmm. And it's a beautiful day in the DMV. It's actually sweater weather. Yes. Somewhat sweater weather.
Yes, it's sweater weather.
Sweater weather in the AM and the PM. Mm-hmm. And we're wearing our sweaters today.
Yes, so we're wearing sweaters
actually wearing hand knits today.
Yes.
So, and we'll talk about those once we get going. But on the agenda for today, we have the usual things. We have finished objects in knitting and crochet. We have some works in progress in knitting. I have notes today, so that's why I'm looking down. I have a sewing finished object. I think you maybe
no.
And some sewing plans. We'll talk about that. Of course, acquisitions. There may have been a few acquisitions since we last recorded. And some dream knitting. I definitely have a dream knitting pattern I'm really, really excited about. And then we had some viewer questions. Several of you asked some really, really good questions from the last 2 episodes. So we're going to take some time to answer those questions for you. And a new segment, Around the Corner. So basically that's where we talk about festivals, events, exciting things that are around the corner. So yeah. And I think that's it. Did I forget anything?
I think you covered it.
Did I cover it all?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Notes help. So welcome, everyone. Welcome. And I hope you have your knitting with you or your craft of choice and a beverage. Our beverage of choice today is some light white wine. Just because, sometimes it's that kind of day. Yes. For me, it's been that kind of week. I've actually been sick in the house since last Sunday. And I'm finally feeling like I'm on the mend. So this is probably my first glass of wine all week.
Yeah, and it's TGIF.
So I think that's it. Oh, and we have cookies.
And we have cookies.
We were going to do cookies and tea, but we traded out our beverage for wine. So why don't we get started?
Let's start.
Oh, our prize giveaway. Let's talk about that.
Do that first.
Do that first. So last episode we talked about 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and we have our prize together. So let's talk about some of the yummy goodies we put together. So the first thing, of course, is yarn. So here is this beautiful skein of Plucky Knitter.
Turn her upside. Yeah.
Plucky Knitter Cashmere. 100% cashmere. The color is the Big Woo. And I think it's just from a movie reference, but I don't know exactly what movie reference it's from. It's a beautiful, that's pretty accurate. Maybe a little greener.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
But it's lovely.
And that's a sport weight.
It's a sport weight cashmere, 280 yards. And if cashmere is just not your thing, then here's another option. This beautiful sock blank from Mud Punch.
That's pretty.
And isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty?
It is.
And these beautiful fall colors. So this is, the color is spicy, and the composition is 80% wool, 20% nylon, 400 yards. So just in case for whatever reason cashmere is not your thing, we do have an option for a second yarny prize. And then we're also going to include this beautiful yarn bowl that was donated by a viewer. Thank you, Deb. And she also included this sheep squeezer. So this is a little cozy for your yarn balls. This one's really cute.
That is cute.
Is that the sheep in the glass in the globe?
Yes, and he's wearing a hat.
Oh my god, that is too adorable. I wish I had one of these open to show you, but you get it. It's like, it's a little knit cozy for your yarn. Keeps everything contained. So we have that, and then another generous viewer of the podcast. You've heard us talk about her before. Roz Knits. She's the one who does our sock our sock tubes for us on her sock knitting machine. She donated this really fun t-shirt, and I think I'm not reading it. It's all fun and games until your gauge is completely wrong. Is that right?
That's what it says.
That's what it says. So she donated this cute t-shirt. It is a 2X, so it is sized to fit a larger lady or a smaller lady, just as a oversized, maybe beach cover-up or a nightshirt. And it's cotton and super soft. And then Arthella, we don't have it with us, but you've already made the project bag?
Yes, I have a project bag that I made, and an enamel pin.
Yeah. So I'll insert a picture of those right here. So yes, that is the 1,000 subscriber milestone giveaway, and the prompt for that will be leaving a comment on this podcast episode. And what did we say the question was? Favorite can't do without crafty tool.
Yeah, your favorite crafting tool of choice.
Yep. So we want to make it all inclusive in case some of you aren't knitters or crocheters. Maybe you just sew. So what's the one thing you can't do without? Your favorite, absolute favorite. Yeah. And then we'll pick a name and announce it on the next episode.
Yay.
Okay. Very good. All right. So let's get into the good stuff. Finished objects. You want to go first?
Ooh. Okay. I have one finished object.
Look at that.
It's
that
a
is
hat.
So cute.
It's knit up in
that is really
Fiber
adorable.
Story Koi Pond, which is a bulky weight yarn.
It's a great color.
And the pattern is the braided cable Lopi hat and mittens. And of course, I just knit the hat. So it has like maybe a 4-inch cuff.
Look at that.
So you could wear it that way. Or, cuff it. I haven't blocked it yet, so it's going to blossom in those cables.
Look at
Hope
those
you can
colors.
See.
That is so pretty. You can see them really good. Yeah.
So that is my one finished object.
That's really cute. So this is bulky, super bulky.
Is that super bulky or bulky?
I don't know.
I think it's bulky.
It's just bulky?
That's a true bulky.
What size needle did you use?
Oh, gee. I believe I used, I can't remember.
I don't think I have any Fiber Story. Yeah, it does say bulky.
I used a 10.5.
Okay.
10.5.
A 10.5. And this is only 82 yards, so just one skein?
No, I used like one full skein and a partial.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
So cute. You want to try it on?
No.
Too hot? It's really cute. It feels so squishy.
Yeah, I think this is going to be
soft.
I'm not much of a gift knitter, but I'm going to gift this to someone.
You think so?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen you wear a bulky hat like that.
Yeah.
It's really, that color is amazing.
So that's the only one I have.
Okay, maybe I should have went first. So, so let's talk about the one I'm most excited about. And that would be my Novelli tee. I probably should have worn this today, but I didn't feel like dressing up.
Yeah.
This is the first day I've actually put on real clothes.
This week.
This week, yeah. So this is my Novelli tee. It's all finished and steam blocked, and I love it so much. I tried it on. It's a perfect fit. It fits absolutely perfect.
I believe you finished
it. I kind of got my second or third win on it, and just got the knitting away. This portion was knit with the Plucky Solo, and it's so nice.
It is nice.
So that's what kept me engaged.
In your rose gold.
My rose gold. The color is actually Caramel Kiss, and it's a 80-20 silk blend. There may be a little nylon too, so I'd have to double check that.
It looks really good.
It feels really good too, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you finished it.
I did finish it, yeah.
Now, how will you wear it? How will you style it?
I have a couple of long sleeve shirts that are longer. They have the high-low asymmetric one that we got from J. Jill. So I'll probably put it over that with some leggings or some skinny jeans, or either over a dress. I've been trying to think about, I've got to get into my closet, look at my fabric stash, and think of a dress I can make, see what fabric I already have.
Right.
But yeah, maxi dress would be really cute with it. Yeah. Or like the oversized shirt under it with a pencil skirt would be fun. So we have options, I love it. I love it. If I go out this weekend, I might actually wear it.
Oh wow, that would be awesome.
Arthella's trying to keep me in. She's trying to be my mother and say, you better stay in the house another day. But after, you know me, I'm a doer. I gotta get going. So the only modification I did was on the sleeve. So if you've seen the pattern, the sleeve, it has you knit the sleeve and then start knitting with the contrast color, and then you cuff it under.
Oh.
And I was like, that's such a waste of, I don't know, I didn't want to do that.
Didn't have to.
So I just did about 3 rows of a 1x1 rib, and then I finished that off with a I-cord bind off.
That looks good.
Yeah. So other than that, I just knitted as the pattern said to knit, and the sizes are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I knit a 7. I think that's what I knit. I think it goes all the way up to a 9.
It is so pretty.
I love it.
Look.
Love it, love it, love it. And that silk makes it nice and drapey. So yeah, so happy to have that done.
Yay.
So that's the Novelli Tee by Caitlin Hunter, and the yarns again are Plucky Solo and Plucky Feet. So glad to have that done.
That's
then
a win.
I have I'll call this a whip, because a FO, because these are my socks from my sock tube that Roz Knits did on her knitting machine. And I just did an afterthought heel, and that's pretty much it. She had already did the ribbing on her machine, so I just basically had to put in the toe and the heel. And because I'm so forgetful, I can't remember the yarn. Let me look it up real quick. Something strange happened when I blocked these out. Remember how much brighter the whites were? I left it in blocking all night.
Oh.
I forgot I'd started blocking them, and some of the color ran off into...
Still looks good.
It still looks good, but I was kind of sad about
You were
that,
sad.
because they were so bright and vibrant. So I would definitely add a link to it, so you'll be able to see who did the dyeing of the yarn. I can't believe I can't remember that.
So did you alternate every row?
Alternate in the
decreases?
Yes.
And you decrease down. When I say alternated, you can see here on each side the decrease. So you decrease down to how many stitches?
12.
Okay, it looks good.
Well, how many do you do normally?
Probably about the same.
Yeah. Yep, so I decreased down. I think I thought I was working on a 1, but apparently I was working on a 1.5. But it still worked out okay. You can see the stitches are a little tighter that were done on the machine than on my hand knit stitches, but I think it's still
Who can see that? Who are these for?
They're for me.
Yay!
Yep, these are for me.
Cool.
Yep, several people in this house are trying to get them, but I'm like, nope. Nope, these are for me. Because the pair before this were for Ray. So, yeah, those are done. And then, I thought my other FO was on my head. So this is my crochet beanie. It's called the Orion Crochet Beanie by Kaliesha Ryan, who's also Orion Mesh Beanie by Kaliesha Ryan, and from Quirky Monday Crafts and also the Quirky Monday podcast. So that's the way it looks, and here is my version. I was pretty proud of myself for finishing this. I'm not a big crocheter, but I'm trying to work on learning to follow a pattern, and but this was very well written. And I think I did a few more extra rows because I wanted to be extra slouchy, and I do have a larger head. And I also did a couple of more extra rows in here. As you can see, I think, can't remember exactly how many the pattern had you to do for the ending band, but I maybe did about 2 extra rows, and I may have cinched it in a little bit more, just to make sure I wanted to be snug, but not too snug. And the yarn I use for this is Cascade Lana Doro, I believe. And it's 100% alpaca. And it was a joy to make.
Yay.
And I think I want to make a lot more, because this is exactly what I envision for days when I'm got to go to work and I really just don't feel like doing the hair. I can just slip on a cute hat and keep it moving. So, yes. So, I got to thinking, I wonder how this would look in a hand-dye yarn. This pattern in a hand-dye yarn. So I caked this up.
Ooh,
Isn't that pretty?
that is pretty.
So I'm going to
What's
do
that?
another one. This is Plucky Trusty. And Trusty is... You think I would know the composition of these laces as long as I've been knitting with Plucky yarn. It's 100% merino. I was wondering if it was a little nylon. 250 yards. 100% merino. And it's browns and greens and beiges.
Now, is Trusty a non-superwash?
Yes. Yep, it's a non-superwash wool. And it's 250 yards. And this color is small batch 18.
That's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? Yep. So that will be coming up for my next Orion mesh beanie.
Yay.
Yay. All right. So that's it for the finished objects.
Finished objects.
So let's move on into what we've been working on. Whips.
Whips.
Whips. What you got?
So I have startitis.
That's
Tis
okay.
the season. I knit every day. However, to me, October is the beginning of the knitting season. Sweater weather.
Yep.
So that's when the startitis
Hits hard.
hits hard. So I have a couple of whips or things I've started. The first one is the Ramona Sweater. You know, I love the Ramona.
Yeah. Yes. This
by
is an
Elizabeth
oldie but
Smith.
goodie.
I
Let
love
me look it up. Do you have
Elizabeth
your
Smith's-
pattern piece with you?
I do not.
I'll
So
look
if you
it
can
up.
pull
Yeah.
that up. I have maybe 2 or 3 Ramonas. The first one I knit in Plucky Aaron. And then last year I knit one with shepherd's wool, which is a worsted weight yarn. Really nice worsted weight yarn. And held it with a strand of silk mohair by Countess
That is
Ablaze.
beautiful. That's a beautiful
So I did the
sweater.
same thing on this one. I started. I'm holding it. This is the Cloudborn Superwash
okay.
Merino that you can get from, what is it called? Blueprint now?
Yes.
No longer Crafty, but
Okay.
Blueprint. This is a powder or baby
I
pink,
want to see that because
which
I've
I
never
really
seen their,
thought I wanted just a pink sweater, but then I'm holding it with King Fibers. Excuse me. Kid Mohair Silk.
No more wine for you.
No more wine. It's starting to kick in. So I'm holding those two together. And the mohair has not only pink tones, but it has peachy tones too.
That is so pretty. Can I see that? I've never heard of king fiber before.
Yes, you have.
Oh,
yeah,
king. Yes.
King. Is that how we pronounce it?
I think so. Yep.
So,
Oh my goodness,
that is a really pretty.
So,
I don't have much here, but
so you're making an Aran weight with the
Yes.
lace, and this is worsted. This feels really good.
doesn't it feel good? It's a good staple. That's a good yarn for.
Oh, I've always wondered how that
Staple,
yarn
yes.
felt, and so this is this is the worsted.
That's a worsted weight.
This feels like a true worsted too.
Yeah. So you can't see much,
I can.
but it's really pretty.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it tones down. The mohair tones down the pink and makes it.
This is a great pink though.
Did you show the Ramona?
Oh, I'm sorry. A little distracted. Okay, so there's the Ramona.
That's the Ramona.
We tried to
I
get the
love
glare
that.
out of it.
Yeah, looks good.
I think this is. I wouldn't consider this to be a crop sweater, just a shorter sweater.
It's short. It's not. I knitted some years ago, and I guess it was cropped then. But you can knit it to length. You can make
Yeah.
it longer. You can make
It's
it whatever length you
so
want.
pretty.
I think I'm gonna make this one a little croppy.
Okay,
I'm gonna make
you
it.
got the cropping bug.
I do. I love the crop.
I love it too. This is absolute. I love it. You're making me want to make another one.
You should make another one. So
It's
that's
really pretty. Really pretty. I love
one
that. Let me see
of
this
my
cake up.
ones I'm really excited
that.
about. Yeah.
It's so pretty. All right, good job on
Yay.
that. Yay.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Oh, and that's in my
Oh yeah, that.
ooh, my
that
pink hazel. Yes.
That is so pretty.
Isn't that bright?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Using the bag
Nice.
for the first time.
I love her bags.
And this king fiber I got at Deb Rucker, help me out. The yarn shop we went to
Not Knitting
when I
Garage.
visited
No.
her.
Oh, in
was
Virginia
it Knitting
Beach?
Obsessions or something
In
like
Virginia
that?
Beach?
Yes.
Yes. It's a yarn shop in
It's called
Virginia
Knitting-
Beach.
And I think they've closed.
Yarn shop in
So I'm
Virginia
happy
Beach.
to have this yarn. So this was all stash yarn. So
What kind of businesses are you looking for?
Siri is not being a
Siri,
cooperative co-host
be
today.
quiet.
I asked her yarn
Siri, we're podcasting.
Right. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh.
I think they're still open though. Unless they just recently closed.
No, they closed.
Really?
I will find it, the name of it, but I'm sure they're closed. But you know, you can get this yarn,
Yeah.
you know, other sources. But
That mohair is shiny.
isn't this
It's glowing.
mohair? Look at it.
Yeah. That's really pretty.
I'm so
Yeah,
happy.
Did we get a good close up on this?
I love mixing the mohair.
Oh my, and it feels amazing.
Doesn't it?
And that silk is going to give it just enough drape. And
yes.
Yes, love it, love it. Very
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so my next whip is a sweater that I cast on last week, I think. Was it Sunday? Oh, when I started this. So basically, I am making the Flex sweater by Tin Can Knits.
Are you?
Uh-huh. And I know you guys have seen it, but just in case, I'll pull up a picture.
It's a pullover.
It's a pullover.
Is this for you?
No, this is for Ray.
Oh, that's what you're making for
Yep.
Ray. You had changed.
I changed because I was going to do, what sweater was I going to do for him? I was going to do the Sobayan
Right.
with the Lopi, but I didn't feel like doing the work to figure out how to do it to eliminate the stitches
Right.
for the
pullover.
steek.
Mhm.
So eventually I would do that, but I said, you know what? Let me do the flax. So the flax is a top-down raglan style pullover, and I don't know if the picture is showing it up really good, but on the side of the sleeve, it's done in garter stitch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty straightforward pattern, other than the garter stitch on the sleeve. Yeah, you can see it really good right
Yeah.
there. And this, I think the garter stitch on the sleeve just gives it just that little bit of interest you need to keep it from getting boring.
Yeah, it makes it really masculine.
It does. It really does. And I got quite a bit done. I've got quite a bit done. So this color is the very descriptive 005. It's a dark charcoal, dark heathery charcoal. Yeah. And I'm going to combine it. I'm going to do some heavy stripes in this, like this cream color, as well as the charcoal.
Oh, wow.
And I have a rusty color in this, so I may add in either a rusty color or an oceany blue. It just depends on.
So he's getting some color work.
He's getting some color work. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split for the sleeves, and as soon as I start knitting it around again, I'm going to start the color work. And I got that idea off of Pinterest because sometimes my brain just won't think. So this is what I'm trying to shoot for.
That's nice.
Isn't that nice? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't have to worry about I think this will make it easier to match up the colors on the sleeves too. Yep. So Pinterest is a great resource for maybe if you don't know how certain colors are going to look together, just put in green and orange, or green or orange and blue, and you can like make up this inspiration board for just to get an idea of what colors will look like together. I'm enjoying knitting this so much. I really just want to sit back.
You want to knit
and work on it now. So yeah, so basically this is the Flex by Tin Can Knits. It is a free pattern on Ravelry, and it comes in a range of sizes from children all the way to a very large adult. And I'm really enjoying it. And of course the Lopi yarn is quite lovely. It's very rustic, but I still think it's very soft. What do you think?
Yeah.
So it's not like superwash wool soft, but, and I like the way it makes my hands feel. I think it still has a little bit of lanolin in it or something. So, and it's very affordable. I think I got mine from Wool Warehouse. They're about $4 a skein. So really you can really get a beautiful sweater in with the Lopi.
Yeah, but it averages maybe $5 a skein, which is really, it's 109 yards, I believe.
Yep.
Per ball.
Yes, this is actually the Let Lopi, and comes in a huge range of colors, all different colors. Yeah, so, and I'm using my die-craft needles on this, and I think the pattern calls for a size 7, but I went up to an 8 because I was using a heavier yarn and I'm going down a pattern size. I'm hoping that works out, but because it's top down, I can always try it on and make adjustments as need be. Yep, so hopefully I get to split for the sleeves this weekend. Yeah, and this is hanging out in a project bag that I made some time ago. This is an Alexander Henry print, and it's just basically a big squishy rectangle. At the time, I didn't have any project bags big enough for a sweater, especially a worsted weight sweater. So I made a couple in this size, and I really, really like it. I also used a pretty heavy, I think I used a quilting batting for this one. Yeah. Yep.
Still squishy, but.
Yeah. Yep. So that's it for that whip. What you got next?
What's next? Okay. So hiding out in my, this is her first day out.
No, it's her second day out. She came out for a show and tell, but she wasn't. She wasn't working.
Anything in her. Yeah, she was just.
She was modeling.
Just out. Okay, and it's called. This is the town.
Why can't we ever remember this?
The other one, the one with the original one is the field bag, and this is the town bag, I believe. That's what I'm calling it.
Let's see.
And hiding out inside is the Magnolia chunky cardigan.
You did not cast on for Magnolia. Oh goodness, that is
this
so
is it.
pretty.
I hope it looks good.
I'll link to it.
Okay.
And I can also insert a picture of it right
Yeah.
there too.
We'll insert a picture.
Yeah, it's the town bag. Did we say town bag?
Town bag.
Oh,
Yes,
got it.
we got it now. Okay, yarn.
Goodness.
So we haven't gotten to acquisitions yet, but we spoke about the Madeline Tosh sale last episode. So part of the yarn is from that
Wait a
acquisition.
minute.
But this is the yarn.
I'm
This
gonna start
is
hyperventilating.
Neighborhood
That is so-
Fiber Company Studio Chunky.
Oh my goodness.
And this I got out of a sweater quantity out of their sale bin.
Get out.
Yeah,
Is that deep stash or
this is Deep Stash. I guess we visited the studio,
was it the new studio or the old studio?
the old studio when she
Wow.
was still downstairs.
That's a deep stash.
Yes. And I've had this since then. And then the silk mohair was a new acquisition, part of the Madeline Tosh sale. And this is in the paprika colorway. This is really orange, and this is a little more red. And together,
What are they doing together?
it creates
Look at that.
this fabric.
That is so pretty.
It's really pretty.
Oh
I think the pattern calls for a strand of DK
Mm-hmm.
and 2 strands of mohair.
And I cannot wrap my brain around. This seems like such a waste.
It's a lot of mohair.
I don't want to say a waste, but a less efficient way.
Well,
But it's good to have options.
I got gauge with the strand of chunky
Okay.
and the strand of mohair, and I like just the the halo.
This is so good
one
because
strand.
I think this is the first time I've seen a chunky yarn knit with the mohair. Most of the time it's like fingering weight and mohair. And I've always wondered,
Yeah,
because I think about the plucky trusty, and I'm like, I wonder how that would hold up with some mohair with it, because it's one of their it's a pretty basic merino worsted. Can I feel it?
sure you can. And just think, it hasn't even been soaked yet.
It is so beautiful. Look at that. And it feels even better. It's, oh man, it just feels so substantial and
Yeah, because this by itself is
Mhm.
great
Mhm.
yarn. It's a super wash, and with this silk and mohair, just makes it so
Man.
luxurious.
And what color? So this isn't even a
This
color.
is
It's
it was a test color. I believe it's a colorway now,
Mhm.
and
If you
I
remember,
could have
let
looked
me
it up
know. I think I know.
to
I
find
don't- I
out what
don't
the
need this in my
colorway is
life,
called
but look
now.
at
But
that.
when I got it, it was they were testing the color.
That is so pretty. I absolutely adore it. If you have any left over of either,
I believe, yeah, because I have like 1,200 yards.
especially
I may
the-
have a whole skein left
Oh my goodness.
that you may be able
I
to.
could do a cowl, maybe.
You could do a lot
We
with
could
it.
do some trading. I've got some more solo left in the carryout case.
Tempter. Tempter.
Very pretty. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Absolutely beautiful. So that's by Camilla Vlad, is her name?
Yes.
Is that her name?
Yes.
And you said you're using a size 10?
I'm using
What'd you say,
a
9?
10 and a half, I
Okay.
believe. Yes, a 10 and a half.
10 and a half, and those are
Yeah,
your,
and I believe that's what the pattern called for.
yeah.
And I got gauge.
Oh, cool.
So
This
I'm-
is,
I'm pleased.
are these the zing needles?
Those are.
No, these aren't zing.
This
These
is
are
Dreams.
Dreams. Right?
Yes.
Knitter's Pride Dreams.
Knitter's Pride Dreams. It's a
These
wood.
are pretty nice. I like these.
I love these.
Yeah. Very nice. I love it. I love all your whips.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness gracious.
Okay.
Okay, so Oh, my next whip is something I talked about last time. I was so excited I hadn't even cast on for it yet, but this basic vest is called the Basic Vest for Children, and it's very descriptive, just a basic vest. So I'm using, the yarn I'm using is called Coffee Beans. I think last time I said the color is Coffee Beans, but the yarn is actually Coffee Beans by Plymouth Yarn Company. It's a 75% acrylic, 25% wool, worsted weight yarn.
It's pretty.
I think they call it Coffee Beans because of the flecks of color that's in it. I normally don't knit with acrylic, but I knew I was knitting for children, so I said let me. But this has been pretty nice to work with.
It looks really nice.
So this is how far I've gotten so far.
And it's
I'm knitting 2. Yep, bottom up. So this is the size 8, and I'm just at the point where I'm going to divide for the sleeves. Although I might wait till the weekend to get a measurement on this little fella. I might see him if Othello says I can go out. I'm going to try to get a measurement just to make sure I'm getting it, because to me that still looks kind of short. And you know how kids grow like weeds. So no more will. So it basically would like stop right here, and then you
it's ready to
bind
divide
off
for the
some
sleeves?
stitches.
Yeah,
and then knit up some
I
more.
think you need to go a little longer.
Maybe another
You'll
inch.
get more wear out.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna knit up
I don't
another
know
inch.
kids are wearing crop tops.
No. And you know, kids will tell you,
"Oh, it's too short.
Mommy, it's too short." Yep. So that's
It's making
the way.
a really pretty fabric.
It really is. I like these little blips of color.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And the nylon.
Gosh, I like
Did I
this.
say nylon was in it, or was it just acrylic? These little acrylic pieces, they almost look silky.
Yeah.
And it's really...
Yeah, it's 75% acrylic.
Right.
25% wool.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
It's really nice. Here, knit a couple of stitches, you'll see. Yep, so that's hanging out in my Fat Squirrel Fibers handbag. I love this. Is one of my favorites from her.
I love that
I do too.
pattern.
Were you supposed to look for this fabric?
Yeah, you know, I was out on Spoonflower the other day. I believe it's out there.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, by the way, I found your rose gold, the Robert Kaufman yarn dyed
yes.
metallic.
Yes.
I found it.
Wonderful. Okay.
In the rose gold.
Because that would be amazing with this.
It would.
Let's do it. Okay, send me the link. And that's the only fabric I'm going to try to buy this year.
The what?
I have so much fabric. I really
Oh,
need
so
to
you
cool
won't
it.
be going to Three Little Birds
Columbus
Day sale that started today?
Okay, I spoke.
And guess who drove by there? Whose car
knowledge.
drove by there this morning?
Did you see what she posted on the website this week? Those beautiful rayons?
Yeah.
I never heard of that. I can't
Did you
remember
hear
the
me?
name.
My car drove by there
I
this
heard you.
morning.
I heard. Oh,
and
this
stopped,
morning.
parked.
Did you go in?
My car parked.
Yes, you went. Did you buy something? Okay, we'll get to acquisitions.
May have bought something.
Yay. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying that. Hope I may be able to finish it this weekend. You never know. And I like to share a little tip that I do. So this was gifted to me by Wanda.
Yeah.
Hey Wanda.
We all have one. Hey Wanda.
I think it was at a a Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Was it our
In
Maryland
past
Sheep and Wool
years,
weekend?
I can't remember.
It could have been. It was Maryland Sheep and Wool or Rhinebeck, but it's probably Maryland.
Yeah. So when we go as a group, we like to exchange gifts. So in addition to our knitting pajamas and all our other must-haves for festivals, we usually pack up a little treat for each person. So this was one of the treats from one of those years. But what I like to do when I start a project, I like to put my yarn in, of course, and my pattern, but I also like to include a notions pouch for every single notion I'm going to need, because I cannot tell you how many times I've sat down on the couch ready to start knitting, and I'm all cozy, I'm up under my quilt, and then I got to get up.
I need a tape measure.
I need a tape measure. I need a stitch marker. I need
a
scissors.
handy tool.
Oh man, I forgot I had to switch the needle size. So I've already got my needles for knitting it around. In here, I've got some other little notions. I've got a fixer. Should I drop a stitch? I just find it so helpful. And it also makes it fun to collect these little these little notions pouches. Yeah, so that's just a little tip
this
for
is
you.
really
It's
nice.
pretty nice to knit
I
with,
love
isn't it? Yep, so that's Plymouth Yarn coffee beans. Coffee beans with
I
a
have to
Z.
think about that for Cameron.
How about that?
I may be able to get him to wear a vest.
Oh, yeah.
A sweater.
Kids
No.
nowadays.
Mimi,
Good.
I too sweaty. That's what
he
he
gets
says.
hot.
He gets hot.
Oh.
So,
Cool. We have to make them out of plucky crew.
oh,
The merino cotton.
some plucky. Cameron, this is plucky. You should be able to wear this.
Oh, great, Mom.
Yeah, plucky.
Great. What does he call you?
Mimi.
Mimi. Great, Mimi. How did you think of that at first? You have another whip?
Maybe. Okay. So I talked about on the last podcast that I was starting the bell cow. And I did start it.
I don't know if I
Remember with the Julie Astley Fino
Okay.
in the Road to Rhinebeck colorway?
Yes.
So I started it.
That is beautiful.
Look at that. It's pretty. I wish it was finished now.
I know. I love this cup.
Oh, so what I do?
What?
So that's a candle,
Yes.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So we burn out the candle.
Can I take this out?
Yeah.
Burn out the candle.
The candle's burnt out. So I clean out the, the little metal part that holds the wick and get all the
Yeah.
residue of the wax.
Right.
And I make a little yarn ball.
Sheer genius.
Yes.
I
I
love it.
love doing that. I don't know if I saw
You're just
that
full of
somewhere.
surprises. How did you
But
get
look at
this
that.
logo on here?
Well, it
Oh,
was a
this is
candle.
already on
It was
here.
already on there.
Oh,
Barbara gifted
this
me.
is the sweater weather candle from
Yes,
Bath and Body
Bath
Works.
and
Yes.
Look,
I hope they
sweater
do it
weather.
again this year because I missed it last
I'm
year.
sure they will.
Look, is that an otter?
It's an otter. Isn't it the
Oh,
cutest?
We saw otters when we went to the aquarium. They were so much fun.
But this is a
Very
picture
yes,
of the
I
bell
remember
cow.
now. That's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
So I started that, and it is just so nice to knit.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to
You're
cast
gonna
on
have to
for one of
cast,
these.
yes.
This is perfect.
Start all the things. Just
I
start.
just do it.
Just do
I
it.
love it.
Yes.
It feels really good. I
And
have
this
one
was the-
skein of Fino.
Fino.
And I think I have another one on the way because I got another one in one of the swaps on Ravelry. I did.
I'm not going on those swaps anymore.
I am.
You keep mentioning, of course, I'm on Ravelry, and I was like, nope, don't go there.
So the swaps
Yes.
I'm talking about are there are groups within Ravelry where you can swap and trade yarn. If you're on like a yarn diet and you really don't want to buy any more yarn, then they're really fun because you can just update your stash.
Yes, you can.
But sometimes you'll find
Handsomely.
things that people are giving away that are just too good to pass up. You know, you're taking a chance when you claim something because you don't know how long it's going to take you to find something that someone else will claim and get you off the hook. But I've gotten some amazing things. So that's so I got a skein of Fino on the way.
Wow. What color? You remember?
I can't even remember. I don't even care. It's like it's
Fino.
It's Fino. I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay. You have another?
I do
Whip?
have. Do I have another whip? Oh, I do have another whip.
Knitting whip.
I have a knitting whip that I started actually as we were talking before we started podcasting. So I guess I'm on a flax kick because I'm also knitting the flax mittens. And it's basically the exact same thing as the sweater. There'll be a garter stitch panel on the front of the mittens. And the yarn that I'm using is at Haynes House Worsted. And the color is IC Blue Dots. And I did a terrible job of explaining why she dyed the yarn this color. But basically, it's she's a migraine sufferer. And if you've ever suffered from migraines, then you know that aura that you get, that the blue dots and the splashes of light and the red dots. So that's what you got in here, the blue dots. And if you look real closely, you'll even see some red right there. It's very subtle,
It's pretty.
but a really, really pretty skein. And if Arthella lets me go to the Fiber Festival
Oh, boy.
tomorrow, I'll get to meet her and show her
Oh, will she be there?
She's going to be there tomorrow.
The dyer?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I think that's her first big festival. I don't know. So I really want to go to support her. And,
I know.
Yeah. So anyway,
I want to go now.
They're knitting up really quick. I mean, we were just sitting here chit-chatting for about 30 minutes or so.
Look, we're just on the cast.
Yeah, I don't know what I did to this stitch here, but I'm hoping when I block it, it'll come out. They're only for work.
Stitch?
They're just, that. I don't know why that stitch is so elongated. Yeah. So these I'm going to keep at work because my office is like freezing cold all the time. So these will help keep me nice and toasty. Hopefully.
It's pretty.
Very pretty. So at Haynes House Worsted, I see blue dots, and I will link to her shop. Yeah. Oh, here's a picture. Here's a picture of it. I do have a... There you go.
And you're making the fingerless mitts.
I'm doing the fingerless mitts. You can also do the mittens. And again, these also go up start from a child size all the way to an adult. And I'm knitting the size large. And this is hanging out in my Sew Not Crochet project bag.
Okay.
I think that's it for whips for me.
Yeah, so just in my notes, I have a couple of other whips that I left at home. One is the Carbeth by Kate Davies.
Yes, I love that.
I'm doing the cardigan style. And I'm actually swatching for that. I'm using holding 2 strands of Kelborn Woolen Scout DK together.
Very nice.
To get a chunky weight.
Okay,
it's in a charcoal heather colorway, which is the swatch I did soak, so it'll be
so
dry.
You're doing 2 chunky sweaters. They'll be done in no time.
Oh my gosh. And then lastly, I have the Ursula.
Yes.
Ursa by Jackie's, and I call her Jacqueline C because how do we pronounce her last name?
I think it's C-Slack.
Trish finished one and showed it on the last podcast.
My Mountain Peak.
And the Mountain Peak sweater. And I tried twice. I have cast on twice. And I got stuck on the, a half brioche? Now, I brioche, but I don't know, maybe it was the way that the pattern was written. Anyway, and I had lost access to the, sure, you can have a cookie. Had lost access to the tutorial video link. So I was out in the wild, and then Trish kind of reeled me in and got me back on track. So I'll be starting that as well.
Good.
It should be a quick knit once I get going.
It is.
So that's it for whips. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whips.
You're such a slacker.
'Tis the season,
right?
I'm gonna cast on everything I can.
Okay, so let's move on into, what did we say we talk about? Okay, a little bit of sewing. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
So the last time I podcasted, I talked about a dress I wanted to finish by the weekend. I'd already had it cut out, and I was able to finish it. So just excuse me 1 second while I reach over here and get it. It's right
always
here.
right there. The outfit is there. Wow.
I got so many compliments on this outfit.
Did
in
you?
person and on Instagram because I posted a picture. So basically, this is a dress number 2 from 100 Acts of Sewing, Sonia Phillips. Just a basic dress number 2. I didn't even do pockets. Just some basic black binding bias tape because that was all I had. Oh, it smells good too. It's my favorite perfume, Toba. Okay, so then I wanted to pair it with the top I was telling you about the last time. So it's basically it's a shirt, but it's got this really dramatic high-low hem, and I wanted to wear it with the dress, but I also wanted to embellish it with some of the fabric from the dress, and I knew in my mind how I wanted it to look, but I was like, oh, I don't know. So I kept playing around with placement, and this is what I came up with. So basically, I just started at the left bottom.
Look at that.
And I just did 4. I cut out the shape on the dress, and then for the last one, I kind of like took it off the edge.
That. Oh, Sookie now.
So this was everybody's favorite part. They're like, oh, look at the last one. Look,
it's fully
cool. Yeah, exactly. So
it's
fun when you have something in mind you want to do, and it actually all comes together. So I know you can't really see it now. I'll insert a couple of pictures right here. And I was trying to get Ray to play along and also match me. So he was able to go to his favorite tie shop and get a tie and handkerchief.
That turned out
really
nice.
I love it. And I when I did I guess, what do you call this? Like an applique?
Where did you get the dress from? The top?
I got this top from Eastern Market. So Eastern Market it's partially outdoor. The majority of it is outdoors. There's some portions indoors, and they have everything from food to clothing to soap, perfumes, all types of makers, pottery.
Yeah, it's a landmark.
Jewelry. It really is.
It's a DC
and I don't
landmark.
get to go. And you know what? I need to go tomorrow because there's a bath oil that I just ran out of.
You're gonna be all over the place tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Can I go, Mom, please?
If you must.
So I did a very long zigzag stitch to apply.
Applique stitch. You applique.
Yeah, because I said, well, you know what? Maybe I want to wear this with something else, and I want to take them off.
Right.
It'd be easier to take them off, or I may not. I may just put some brown pants on with it, or some leggings or jeans.
So did you get that long ago?
I got this back in the early part of the summer.
Wow, I wonder if they're going to be there tomorrow.
I don't know. You want me to get you one if they do?
Did they have colors?
They had red and white when I went.
Oh.
So I got the red, and I have a white one too.
You have a white one too? The red is pretty.
Yeah. Okay.
But they may have some other colors.
Can you imagine a green?
A green or a black.
I'll take any color. It's beautiful on its own, but I'm really pleased with the way the applique turned out. Yep.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. CC Carey, she asked me, she said, how many times did you take your shoes off during the day? Because I had on like 3-inch heels.
Oh, did you? I missed that part.
I had on 3-inch heels, and I want to tell you, they came off several times. Though. I was really cute, if I must say so. I was feeling the cute. Interestingly enough, I started getting sick that evening. That's when I first started. I was like, I don't feel so hot. And I said, well, maybe I've been on these heels too long. Maybe that's why my back is hurting. But that wasn't it. But yeah, because we went to dinner later, and by the time dinner was finished, I literally walked to the car with my shoes in my hand.
In your hand.
I said, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah,
I don't do heels a lot. I love them. I may only have about 2 more pair in my shoe stash. It's just not practical anymore, but they sure are fun.
Yeah, they're fun. They make you feel good.
They do, until they make you feel bad.
Until your feet start talking.
Exactly. So that was fun. I was very pleased with the way that turned out. Yep. You got anything else in sewing?
Oh, sewing. No.
Okay. So the only other thing I have in sewing is, I talked about this once before. You're probably sick of me talking about it. You're like, make it already. This dress right here, it's a Simplicity 8640. And I originally was going to make this view with the sleeveless, but I was able to get enough of the fabric together and cut out some sleeves.
Oh, cool.
So I will be doing the sleeve version, which will give me a lot more options.
Yeah.
And I do intend to wear this through the winter.
That can be worn.
Yeah, it's a cotton, but I could easily wear this to the with some brown boots, girl. So this is the fabric I'll be using, and the holdup has been I lost my instructions. So Arthella gave me her pattern, so I'll be starting this
I can't wait
very
to see how it
soon.
turns
I think
out.
it's going to be really cute, really cute. So that's what's on my sewing radar right now. In addition to a couple of quilting squares for my quilting bee, I just have one more to put together. It's already lined up on my cutting table. I just need to sew it up, and I'll be done with my obligations from that, which are now a year overdue.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, but they've been very patient. So, I've had a lot going on. So, yep, I'll be really glad to get those off my
So
plate.
tell us about the quilting bee. Do you swap squares?
Yeah.
Or?
So,
Okay. How many are in the bee? And
so there are 12 ladies in our quilting bee from all over the world, from the U.S., Australia, the UK, and from Seattle. Just a lot of different folks. And what we do, we chose a book, and the book we chose was I'm going to put it right down here because my mind is drawing a blank. But the book is specifically made for a quilting bee, which is basically a group of women who swap quilting squares. So at the beginning of the bee, you choose which quilt you want. At the end of the bee, you choose which colors you want. And everyone in the group makes a square for you based on your color choices and your square. So it's really interesting the way it comes together. Everybody has a different take. If someone says, "Oh, I like sea colors," that could be interpreted a completely different way depending on who's doing it. But all the quilt squares somehow work together so well. And so that's what we do. And it usually takes just a year. If you average out a block a month. But then, of course, life always gets in the way. And I don't know about you, but sewing takes a whole different part of my brain than knitting.
It does.
And quilting takes a whole new different part of my brain.
It takes me longer. Seem like there are more. There are, I guess, more steps in sewing.
Yeah.
You have to, there are more steps.
There are more steps.
And I
Yeah.
feel like I'm paying so much more attention to the detail because I believe, all things, anything that you make, it's the success of it is in the details.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah,
especially with quilting because you've got that 1/4 inch deal. Where,
you're always trying to get
and
it,
being
but
off by a little bit
yeah.
can really affect the overall size of the block. So it can be a bit stressful, but when you get it right, it's so gratifying.
Yeah.
And we're talking about squares that are more intricate. You don't have to do an intricate square to make a quilt. You could just use a jelly roll and just sew them all up together. You could just do plain blocks. But the squares of this book take a little bit more thought. They're not difficult at all. I highly recommend it for a new quilter who wants to experiment with some more intricate squares. But it's a great book. It's a great book. Lindsay Carter wrote it, but I can't remember the name of the book. Such is life. Anyway, that's it for me for sewing.
I'm still going to add the Alabama Channing sample square to a t-shirt. I meant to bring that too for you to look at it. But Fancy Tiger on their website, they have a free t-shirt long sleeve tee. And of course, you print the pattern out, and the pattern is printed out on 8.5 by 11 paper that you have to puzzle piece together. And for some reason, I can't figure out the puzzle to piece together so that I can trace it.
We'll figure it out.
So hopefully, because I want that square on. I want to finish that.
I want you to finish it. And I was just looking at. I haven't even worn mine yet. And I also haven't cut out the applique around my scarf. So that's definitely on my radar for this week. Because it's time to wear it. Perfect time to wear it.
Okay.
So let's talk about acquisitions.
Acquisitions.
We'll quickly zoom through acquisitions.
We don't have many. Not many at all.
We don't?
No, we don't.
Okay, you go first then.
Okay. Oh, let's see. I got to dip down. Something fell on the floor.
That is so pretty. Ooh.
Okay. So this is the second half of my first shipment. First shipment from the
Box
me.
one of how many?
I'm not gonna say. I'll tell you my age first.
Oh my goodness, that good.
The Madeline Tosh sale. So this is the colorway is called Big Sur.
Yes, it is.
And it's the Tosh Vintage. And this is the mohair
Oh my goodness,
that
look
goes
at
with it.
that. Oh, that's so pretty.
So I have a sweater quantity of this.
Okay.
And I was thinking Ramona, but I'm probably, after I finish this, the one I showed earlier, so I'm going to come up with another
Right.
sweater
You're coordinating
pattern.
with your acquisition.
Yes. I love green is my favorite color. So
that's
this is
very pretty.
This is green.
It's green.
Yeah.
That's definitely green.
It's really pretty. And Deb Rucker, she got some of this colorway
She got
too.
some of this colorway
Yeah,
too?
she did.
I ordered some of that colorway, but my order was partially filled, and I don't know which part I'm going to get and which part I'm not going to get.
Oh, so you haven't gotten it
Haven't
yet?
got it. It's supposed to come today.
It's supposed to come
It's
today.
supposed to come today. So it could be in the
That's
mailbox.
exciting.
But, yeah.
Yep, so that's an acquisition.
Okay. So, 2 weeks ago, no, just last weekend, I went to the Shenandoah Fiber Festival, and I picked up a couple
Was
of
that
things.
last weekend? No.
Weekend before last.
Anywho.
Recently.
Yes.
And one of my favorite new, I would consider them fairly new to indie dyeing, is 29 Bridges.
Yes, local.
They're local to the Washington, D.C. area. So that's their logo. And I think I first came into familiarity with their yarn was at the Homespun Yarn Party a couple of years ago.
Was it?
And I have been, well, the first time I came in contact with them, completely smitten with their color sense and their dye techniques. So I picked up a couple of skeins of from them. This is merino worsted, and the color is sugar cookie. Look at that.
Does that fit your
Just makes my rose gold loving heart just yes.
Sing.
Yes, it does. So I got this because I have another skein of worsted, I think in Setter, that I want to do a brioche hat with.
Wow.
So yeah, that's why I purchased
That's
this.
worsted?
This is worsted. Look at those speckles.
I know. So pretty.
And they're so nice.
They are.
They're so nice.
I wish I could think of her, remember her name.
I know, isn't that terrible? So, and here's another skein I picked up. This is a DK weight, and the color is rose gold. It's so pretty. And again, I got this to coordinate with another skein of DK I purchased at another time. But then I got to thinking, what if I put all four of them? Because they're all in the same color family for some type of sweater.
That would be pretty.
So, yeah, their color, I just love them so much. And I believe this color is sugar cookie. I think I said that. And I picked up a couple of these. This is also sugar cookie mini skeins for my crochet blanket.
Wow.
So I definitely want to include some of that in there. So that's from 29 Bridges. And he said, weren't you at Homespun Yarn Party this year? I said, yeah. He said, well, on the card we gave you, there was a 15% discount code. But I'm just going to go ahead and give you your 15% discount.
He remembered.
He remembered.
I remember
and he said,
you went there you went back to the booth like 3 times.
At least 3 times. Yeah, I can't wait to get, oh my goodness. Lichen?
Yes.
Lichen is another color I have for them. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. That needs to be knit up really soon.
It should be.
And he said, you know what? You're so nice. I'm going to give you some stitch markers.
Oh my gosh, those are so nice.
Aren't they beautiful? And why are they rose gold?
Why are they?
What in the world is going on? So
Those are
yes,
so
aren't they
pretty.
beautiful? So they're octagon shaped.
I love the shape of them.
Yeah, I do too. I was so excited. While
That's
Ray and
exciting.
Armani were eating cobbler and apple cobbler and ice cream. I was at the 29 Bridges booth. So that's one acquisition from Shenandoah Fiber Festival.
Okay. So, like I said this morning on my way here,
I love the way you build that.
I was leaving leaving my aunt's house in Northeast DC, and making my way through to 295 to Eastern Avenue. So of course, the car started going towards Three Little Birds
All on its
because
own.
she started her Columbus Day sale
It's already started?
today. It started this morning. So I said, you got 15 minutes. The car parked itself, and I hopped out and ran in.
Wow.
And, I have another acquisition,
Oh, okay.
but I'll go on with this one.
Oh, look at that.
So she has, under the pink cutting table,
Yeah, yeah.
both sides, all of that fabric is $5 a yard. So I got this one.
That is beautiful.
And what I hope to make with this is a long button-down tunic.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
I'm here for it, yes. Like I can see it right now with some beautiful buttons.
3 yards, $5 a yard.
This is beautiful.
And of course, I started
what is
thinking
this
about
design?
you.
Is this like,
But I was like, she's gonna go there.
I am
She's
gonna go there.
yeah.
That'll be a nice outing for me.
Along with the other 4 outings you have planned.
Yes. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at that.
Yeah.
I can always lure Ray with a cheeseburger at Franklin's.
Oh, you know how to do it,
I
don't
know
you?
how to can work my stuff.
And then I was looking at the patterns, and look at this pattern.
Look
I
at the
fell in
model.
love. I know. I fell in love with this pattern.
Look at that. I love everything
It's called
about
the
this.
Wilder gown.
You know Wilder is my maiden name.
Is it?
It is.
I did not know
You didn't
that.
know that?
I didn't.
Well, I mean, there's no need to.
I know, but
Yep, Wilder is my maiden name.
Mary
That was a Wilder.
Mary Wilder.
Yeah.
That's your mom.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I've been a bullock longer than a Wilder.
You've been a bullet, yes. I've been half and half.
I haven't.
Yeah, half my
Yeah,
life.
you're
Yeah,
right.
married Posey and half Williams. But it comes in a long dress, a tunic, and a top.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I love
This,
that.
yes, I had to have this.
Okay, so you know how we're always singing the praises of crop sweaters. This is
Perfect for a crop.
Show it again. You can do a crop sweater as short as you want. I'm telling you, just try it. Don't be afraid. This is so doable. And am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Look at the size range on this pattern.
Oh yeah, I knew you would.
It goes all the way up to a 53-inch bust, which makes
Which is
me
a 4X.
very happy.
Yes.
So many patterns just don't. They just, let me not go there. But yeah, look at that.
And I
It's
believe I have some
absolutely
fabric,
beautiful.
so
You think?
I have some fabric
Is
at home.
this for woven or knit?
It's woven.
Okay.
It's for woven,
That
and
is
it's tiered,
beautiful.
and it has like a little tie.
It's so
I'm so
feminine.
excited about
You
it.
should be.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get this. This is beautiful.
I'm so excited about that.
And it's so many variations.
Yes.
Long, short.
Long, short.
It's so pretty.
I was drawn to the, length shown. I was like, this is, and when I, turned over to the back, I was like, oh, it could be a tunic or a
Yes.
blouse.
I could see where I could even see making this like a night shirt. I've had the thought in my mind. I want to make some nightgowns with some of my knit.
That would be a beautiful nightgown. Look at that.
Yeah, and I'm looking for. I preferably want some organic stretch cotton, or not even stretch. It can be an organic like cotton ball or just a quilting cotton, just something that breathes and it's gonna, help with my body chemistry.
Yeah, you need cotton. No poly, no synthetic.
Oh no, not
it's
even
natural fibers.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm totally buying this weekend.
Yes. And then I got this piece. I went in there specifically. This was not on sale, but it's a rayon.
Is that Rifle Paper Company?
Let's see.
That is so pretty.
I don't know.
Look at that.
But anywho, I finished. I think earlier this year I finished the buds and branches sweater in a green, and I want a tunic for under that. So I chose that print.
This is gorgeous.
Isn't that pretty?
This is absolutely beautiful. Oh man, that is so pretty.
Yeah, she has.
Good job. Was this on sale? This was not on sale.
No, this was not on sale.
Okay.
But she's now purchasing a lot more garment fabrics.
Okay.
Which quilting cotton is great. But she's now stocking a lot more garment fabrics.
Like it'll be nice
it's
and
a
breathable
rayon.
too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, when I saw
beautiful.
it, I was like, it'll be perfect for that sweater.
Green. That is so you.
Yeah. So
very nice.
that's an acquisition.
It is an acquisition, a beautiful acquisition. This is making my heart sing. Yes.
Good.
Okay, so also when I went to Frederick Fiber Festival, I picked up, well, first of all, I met someone I've been wanting to meet for the longest. What? So from Queen's Yarn Boutique. So she had yarn, but none of the yarn spoke to me. I knew what I wanted, but she didn't have it. And I asked her if she could do a custom order for me. And I cannot believe her name is escaping me. It's not you, sweetie. It's my brain. My 50 plus brain. It'll come to me eventually. But look, she had these amazing project bags.
That is too cute.
Look at that fabric.
That is too
I said, okay,
cute.
I'm going to get one project bag at least. And I'll have her custom dye the skein of yarn that I need to complete the yarn for my boxy sweater. But look at that. Look at that.
That is too cute.
Oh, the cute little ladies of all color. All my favorite things. Lipstick. Pencil skirts. Look, purses.
Coffee.
Yes,
tea.
coffee, tea, shopping.
Yep. Handbags.
Oh my goodness, handbags. Sitting, doing absolutely nothing. Except knitting. I have to show this to my sister, Kim. She's a tutu wearer. Look at that. So yeah, I had to get this. Beautiful pink lining. It's pretty good size. This is definitely a 2 or 3 skein shawl.
Yeah, it's like a medium.
Shawl bag. And then this was just too happy.
Wow. Look at that. Showing up really pretty on
Look at that.
camera.
So, I don't know if she always has project bags in her shop, but it is from Queen's Yarn Boutique. Rochelle is her first name.
Yay.
That's my sister's middle name. Okay, that tells you how bad it is. And this one, too, just spoke to me.
Now,
Look
did
at that.
Rochelle make those?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
Queen's
Yarn Boutique. And this one, I really like the size on this one. Look at this, could possibly work with for a fingering weight sweater, even in my size. Look at that.
That's pretty.
Look how nice
That's
and
a
roomy
nice,
that is.
roomy.
And I like these wide handles she puts on here too. So yeah, couldn't resist those. When I went, I was like, Ray, there's just a few people I absolutely must see. Queen's Yarn Boutique is one of them. He said, so where is it? I said, I think it's barn, it's booth 14. I looked on the map, and there were like 6 booth 14. And by this time, I'm about to have a meltdown because I don't do maps. So he spotted her before I did. He said, you said you're looking for Queen? I think she's right there. Yep, so very happy about these.
Cool. Oh, okay. So I did bring one last acquisition.
Okay.
That has fallen onto the floor.
That's okay.
Gee,
is it a pin right
I
there?
really got to get.
Oh my, that's like podcast aftermath.
Yes. Here we go. Look at that.
My goodness.
So my
It's
plucky
just-
order came.
That is so
And
pretty.
this is
Did you get a sweater
trusty
quantity of this?
in the barn door colorway.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I got a sweater quantity of that.
That is really
So,
pretty.
excuse me, I have 2,000 yards,
Okay.
and I want to make a big, cozy, long cardigan.
Yes. What's that Andre Maury pattern we were just looking at? Oh, we're just looking at it. We'll find one for sure. That is gorgeous.
But viewers, if you have any idea about a pattern for this yarn, and you post it in the comments, and if I choose that pattern, I'll send you something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fun, including me?
No. No. So not only did I was surprised. So
love
along
that.
with the sweater quantity of yarn, I was, unpacking, and I realized that they had sent me an enamel pin.
I love that.
Heart Plucky. That is the
Isn't
cutest.
that the cutest?
Thank you, Plucky.
Thank you, Plucky. So good to us.
And that color.
Look at that.
Can't wait.
I love the tonality of this. Some of the deeper
Yes.
reds are in there. This is going to be stunning. That's how Plucky gets us with those colors. Indeed.
So that's it for me.
Okay, I have a couple more. Real quick. All from Shenandoah. Well, no, not all from Shenandoah. So my final from Shenandoah. Well, not final, but... What? I purchased a Soldotna kit.
Oh my
From
gosh.
Dragonfly Fibers for obvious reasons.
Look at you.
This will be her last year dyeing yarn, and I thought it'd be really nice to have something really substantial from Kate. So these are my colors for my Soldotna.
That's pretty.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
So Velvet Underground. I have kit number 1. Velvet Underground, Silver Fox, Royal, and Riptide are my colors. So they're packaged up nicely like this with instructions on how much you need to buy for the larger sizes. So I just had to buy 2 more skeins to complete.
Oh yeah, that it doesn't take a lot of yarn.
Exactly. So I thought it was pretty good for a sweater quantity. And I was really happy to be able to get it from Kate. Yeah. She was super busy. I didn't get a chance to give her your message.
You did it? Oh, well, I'm gonna try to
super
reach out
busy.
to her, see her somewhere.
So
I wonder if she's gonna be at the. Will she be at Frederick tomorrow?
tomorrow. I don't know. We can check.
You're trying to lure me up there.
I also wanted to visit the Fully Spun booth, and her name Brooke.
Yes.
Brooke from Fully Spun. So I always get so confused as to how she produces her yarn. If I'm not mistaken, she purchases the fiber, she dyes the fiber, and then she has the fiber sent to a mill.
Yeah.
And you get these beautiful hand spun like skeins. So I picked up one of these because I was inspired by your brioche stripe hat. So I wanted to come up with another color so I can make me a brioche stripe hat with that. And she also had these mini skeins. I'd never seen her have mini skeins before.
That's pretty.
So I picked up these for my blanket. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes. Are these the same color?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah, they're the same color. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes.
They were only $3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all just looks
44. So all total about 130, 140.
it's pretty.
Yeah. Yep. So that was that, and I too, we did the Plucky update the same time you did, and I got a sweater quantity of my favorite Plucky color, which is Cornucopia.
Oh.
It's this deep rusty orange, and it's just so beautiful. And I got it on a sweater base, which is 270 yards, and it's a 90% merino, 10% nylon blend. And a couple of ideas I have for this. One is the Meander cardigan by Versace Knits. that's one that's on my radar, but I haven't chosen exactly what pattern sweater I want to do with this. I think I got 7 of these, 7 or 8. Yeah. And I think this was when she was having a sale, wasn't it? It was a sale and it was no shipping. It was a really good.
Yeah, it was an enticing sale.
It was as you can see, that we did not resist. So yeah, that's it for me in acquisitions. Okay. Maybe we'll save dream knitting for the next time.
We can save dream knitting for the next time.
Let's answer a couple of questions because we're already at about an hour and 23 minutes. So a viewer asks, what are our favorite needles to knit with? And that is a loaded question.
That is loaded.
You want to start?
Okay, so I've been knitting. I was knitting before the interchangeable sets were being offered by a lot of different providers.
Mm-hmm.
So I acquired quite a few fixed needles. And at that time, I think I must have started out using Addi. One of the yarn shops that I worked, the first yarn shop I worked at, that's what they stocked, were the Addi needles. So I had a lot of Addis, and then I think before I left there, the Addi had come out with an interchangeable set, but I didn't get one. So I say all that because if you're new to knitting and you've decided that you're gonna, stick with the craft, then investing in an interchangeable set would be this would be a good time to invest in one.
Mm-hmm.
So you haven't acquired
Right.
so many of the fixed, and when I say fixed, just the one size in a package needle.
Mm-hmm.
So Addi was where I started, and then once Fiber Space opened, they were stocking Hiya, I think was the first one. But anyway, there are a lot of different providers of needles, and I have a lot of them. If I had to choose one needle to use for everything, it would be pretty hard, but it would probably be a wood needle, and it would more than likely be the Dreams, Knitter's Pride Dreams, or Knit Picks. They have wonderful wood needles as well. I would do an interchangeable set.
This is one example. I think this is the Caspian blue.
Yes, they come in different colors, which are really nice. And it's kind of hard for me because what I find happens is the yarn kind of dictates to me what needle to use. I love metal needles too. The Chaigu, I love those. I love the Hiya. The signature needles, they're like, a splurge. But again, the yarn kind of dictates what needle to use, whether it's metal or wood. So I could go on about this for a long time, but if I had to choose one set, I probably would choose the Leica needle. It's wood, and there are a couple of missing. Those are in projects, but this is the short set. So this is for making the 16-inch configuration.
Okay.
And then I have and those tips I believe are 3.5. Oops, no longer than a 4-inch tip, and it comes with cables to make, I think, up to a 40-inch configuration.
You said it starts at 3.5.
Oh, what size? The tip length is 3.5. It starts at a size 3.
Okay.
Unlike, I believe, most sets start at a 4.
They do.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
So I liked that.
Don't forget that.
Okay. And then this is the larger set.
I'm going to get that now. Because
And it's from a size 4 to a 17. So that's a lot of needles.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, and these, I love the connection on them. I love the cable. I love the way that the tip, feels. It's really smooth. There's usually no drag on, most of the fibers, that I use. So that, if I had to choose just one, it probably would be these. But then I have, when going through my needles, I found a little set that I picked up at a trade show, and I don't know that a lot of people use these or have seen them, but they're the Knitter's Pride marbles.
Okay.
And it's again, a lot of them are missing, but
Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that black.
They're all color coded, so it's a different color for different size needle. And these are acrylic, so it's acrylic plastic, but these work really well.
They do.
They work really well.
Someone gifted
and I
me a
love
set.
the colors.
They did. But I was amazed at how, because the tip is really pointy.
Yeah, the tip is pointy.
And they're sturdy.
They're
they
sturdy.
got just enough bend to
Yes,
them because
just
of the
enough.
plastic,
You need a little.
Yeah.
But these are really nice, and they're reasonably priced.
Yes.
So again, I have both sets. I have the special set, which is interchangeable, and it makes the 16-inch configuration. And then
This is
I have,
actually a really good idea. I'm ready to get that 16-inch from
and then this one has more in it, but
Yeah.
this is for I think it's a 5 or 6-inch tip for longer knitting. And again, the price point is really good on that. So if you want to
Definitely.
try something different, you may want to give these a try.
Ooh. You can't pick this one.
You can't pick
because
just one.
different projects will dictate what needles, different yarns and different projects will definitely dictate which needles you have. Agree with everything you said. That being said, my favorite set is my hand-turned wood set from Diet Craft.
Hand-turned wood
Hand.
set. It's a custom custom set.
Custom set from Diet Craft. It's I'll link to it. So they're a husband and wife team in Vermont, and he literally makes each one of these by hand. And I don't know, at one time they were in really big demand because they're absolutely beautiful. Have you knit with them before? Did I
No,
let
I
you
haven't.
knit with them?
No, you have not let me knit with them.
So these are what I'm using to knit Ray's sweater. Knit a couple of stitches so you can see why I love them so much. And they were a considered purchase. I will say that. I don't know exactly how much I paid for them, but I waited about 3 months for them to be made. I do know that.
Oh wow!
And so they include some stoppers for the ends of the cords. You get a variety of cords with them. This set went from a 4 to a 10. And I use them for everything. I use them for lace. I use them for worsted. For
Things
everything.
feel good.
Yeah. And they have not just wood, but they also have some metal configurations too. So they've really.
And what about cables? Can you just order
Yes, and you can order
cables?
extra cables.
Those don't take
yeah.
3 months, do they?
No, you can just order extra cables. And they also have really good sales.
Ah.
I just got one of their metal needles because I never tried their heavy metal needles. So
Is it interchangeable?
Yeah.
Or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are nice.
Aren't they nice? See how smooth they are?
And the Lopi love.
Yes, the Lopi loves them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, again, let your project and let your yarn dictate.
Am I just knitting? Should I stop here at the mark? Because are
I'm
you
not
at an
sure if
increase
that's
or
an
something?
increase row or
Let me
not.
go back.
Yeah,
so
I'll
just to
figure it out.
give you
Yeah.
back. I didn't cross it.
Yeah, so yeah, that's good job.
Yay.
I don't know how much clearer we can make that. We've got a couple more questions, but again, we are really
Stretched for time.
Stretched
Do
for
we want to
time.
throw in our
storage. Yes.
needle storage?
Okay. So my interchangeable sets, and I have the Lica set also. It just stays in its case. For all the other individual needles that I purchased, like Othello said, before I even knew interchangeable sets existed, this is my storage method. And this is basically just a
It's a
cake.
plate
It's a
holder.
plate holder. And I just take them and hang them over just
that
like
hangs
that.
on the wall.
And this hangs on my wall. And if I have a new set, if I have a new needle that maybe I got it on sale, or maybe as I've done so many times, I've duplicated. I'll just
You
take
just hang it
those
on
and
there
hang them
until
right on
you're
there
ready.
like that. So, yep. I need to organize them. 'cause
You
I
have it
had
all
some-
stored up in there in your craft room now, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the
So
extra
they're kind of like hanging, and
holder.
they don't take up a bunch of space either. Yep. So that's my method of storage.
Okay, so my method of storage for individual fixed needles is
It's brilliant.
a decorative 3-ring binder. So Target has really nice decorative 3-ring binders. So I buy one of those or a couple of those, and then I buy the sheet protectors that you put in a notebook as well, that protects your your sheet of paper. But it serves as a pocket. So on the side of the protector, where it has the 3 holes, there's a white space where I write the size of the needle and the cable length, and then I just drop those cables in their respective protector, and then the binder sits on my bookcase. And then, so because I have more than one, so the first binder has like sizes 0 to 3 and so forth and so on. So I label on the what's the binding part of the binder, the spine. I write on there, so I can just go to the shelf and say, oh yeah, I need a size 3, and I just go and pull the binder and pull the size out of there that I need. The thing is, for me, is putting the needle back when I'm finished, using it. So then below I have like a basket, which I'll just toss, all the needles in, and then periodically I'll go and, restore them.
Right.
But that works really well for me. And like I said, it's part of my crafting library. Those binders, they're decorative and pretty, so they work well
If you
for me.
remember, you could take a picture and I'll insert it.
Okay,
in here.
I'll take a picture of the shelf.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so that's it on needles.
Okay. Another question was about the magic yarn cake that I made for my granny stripe blanket. So we'll address that the next time. No, we'll do it just quickly. You make a magic knot and you wind on, and you just keep making magic knots and winding on. But I will definitely link to a tutorial for other people who have done it. And if it's still not clear, then we'll work from there. Maybe I can throw something together to show you how it's done. I think that is it, except for what's around the corner. What's coming up?
What's coming up?
So tomorrow is the Frederick Fiber Fest.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, although it would have been nice because I would love to go to the Knot House. Oh my God, look, how many places have I mentioned I want to go?
You're good. I don't even. What time are you planning to leave the house? You gonna leave at dawn and return at midnight?
Excuse me. I'm such a dreamer. Maybe fool is more like it.
Because you're going to the fabric store tomorrow. You're going
Would
to
like
fabric.
Maybe I could say they're not open on Monday, are they?
Who, the
It's a
fabric
holiday.
store?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the holiday, so
It's the holiday, you
she's
think
open
she'll
on
be
Monday.
open? Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe I
for
can
the
save
sale.
that for Monday. I have to pace myself, you know.
You want to get there for the best selection, though.
Oh, that's true.
I'm telling you, I got there when the doors opened this morning, and there were other ladies in there
That is crazy.
saying, "I only have 15 minutes. I'm gonna get."
Wow. Okay, so the Frederick Fiber Festival is tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah.
And then following Frederick Fiber Festival, of course, is Rhinebeck.
Rhinebeck weekend.
Rhinebeck weekend. I hope you guys are going. It looks like I will not be going. I gotta be reasonable. I know I joke about all the stuff I'm gonna do, but I really have to make my health a priority. And festivals for me are exhausting. They are so much fun, but it takes a lot out of me. And since I'm just coming off of an illness, I think I need to lay low. And I also can't go on Saturday because we had previous plans, which means I would have to go Sunday and come right back Monday, and that would just be too exhausting. So unless something drastically changes, it looks like I'm not going to go to Rhinebeck. But I will be in Rhinebeck spirit the whole weekend.
Oh yeah.
I'm wearing my
yeah.
bandana. I'm sipping apple cider and pumpkin spice coffee. And
You're gonna find your apple cider donut
I'm gonna
somewhere.
I'm gonna go to the Amish
I
market.
believe
The Amish market and Trader Joe's.
Interpens, they have an apple cider
they?
donut too.
But the Trader Joe's one,
they're good.
goodness gracious. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
get all set for that. I'm thinking about doing an Instagram live for anyone else that's not going to Rhinebeck. You want to sit and knit together, or a YouTube live. I've been thinking something like that if I can find some time to do it. Maybe a giveaway would be involved with that.
Oh wow.
So just something fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah, so I got a couple of ideas going around. But even if none of that happens, just trust and believe I will be there in spirit. I'll be on Instagram cheering everybody else on. And if I can think of somebody I can send a shopping list to, I'm going to do that. I'm really going to miss not seeing Sandy by the lakeside, but it's going to happen. We're going to get to meet up one day very soon, I hope.
You will.
Yeah.
Okay, so I won't be at Rhinebeck this year either. I had planned to attend Rhinebeck, and then many unexpected opportunities for travel presented themselves this year, and I took advantage of a lot of them. So
I think pretty much all of them.
Yeah, all of them. I can't think of one that I turned down.
Nothing wrong with that.
So I'm going to stay in the area. Actually, our knitting group, they planned, I'll call it Williamsbeck. So they're getting together for a little retreat in Williamsburg, Virginia. So I reached out because I was still wanting to go to Rhinebeck. I was still, even earlier this week, trying to plan traveling, solo, because I had said, a couple of months ago that I was not going.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to go. I really want to smell that crisp air and the foliage and all,
leaves,
and just hang out on the hill and just be there. But the Rhinebeck spirit will be in Williamsburg. So I'm going to be hanging out with my knitting group in Williamsburg, and I'm looking forward to that.
You've got some fun activities planned. I can't wait to hear all about it.
They have some fun activities planned. So I'm like, just sign me up for everything. I'll do whatever.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
So I'm really looking forward to that, because been away from them for a while. Haven't
Super fun.
been
Super
together
fun.
in a little while. So can't wait for that.
And then coming up in November, early November, we're so blessed to have all of these wonderful activities near us. Is the Maryland Alpaca Festival?
Yes. It's called Maryland Alpaca and Fleece Festival.
Okay.
And it's at the Howard County Fairgrounds. That's the same fairground that holds the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. And stumbled on this festival, I guess, what, 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun. It's much
super fun.
smaller,
Mm-hmm.
but it's fun, and it's truly sweater weather than
by that time. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
layering too.
Yes,
You're not
yes.
only wearing a sweater, but you're wearing a poncho and a hat and some
right.
hand mitts. But it's nice to be out and about. So we're
Mm-hmm.
planning to be there.
On a Saturday.
Stay tuned for maybe Best Date Ever Crafting Podcast meetup. If some of you are in the area or planning to attend, we love to meet up with you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's November 9th and 10th.
Yeah. And I think that's it for the year.
Is that it for the year?
I think so. That's November. Yeah. I think so.
We'll just be knitting
We'll just be knitting away.
into the new year.
Knitting away. So, yeah, I think we covered. Oh, there's one other festival out there. SAF.
Oh my gosh, yes, SAF.
North Carolina. Is this oh man, what does SAF stand for?
I believe SAF
Southeastern?
stands for Southern Area Fiber Festival. I
okay.
believe.
That sounds about right. It's in North Carolina. It's way in the hills in North Carolina. I mapped it out.
You did? Is it 7? Oh, so it's 8 hours from here.
It's an 8-hour drive.
Is it like Asheville?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ray was looking at me sideways about Rhinebeck, and now he's looking at me like I'm speaking Portuguese.
Now for 8
So
hours.
for 8 hours, he's like,
It would be fun to go.
it would
though.
be. I would love to go one year. Yeah.
We'll make it one year.
We'll make it not this year. We'll see. We'll just have
never
to see
know.
how things progress, and we'll just see. Never know. I'm not. I told Ray. I think I was just telling him a couple of days ago. I'm at the point in my life where, at one point, I would just say no, that's not going to happen. But now I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me think about it.
It could happen.
Let me see.
It could happen.
Let me see. So yeah, there's no need to write it off right now. But and sometimes last minute spontaneous things are the best.
They are the
They are
best.
the best. So we'll see. But truly, I think that is it for the 2019 craft year. Anyway, yeah. So we'll wrap it up with that, and I hope you all are having lots of joy in your crafting. And one other thing I wanted to mention, there have been a lot of mention on Instagram and on social media, news in general, about Worldwide Mental Health Awareness Day. And so I'll just put my little plug in on that to say how important it is to educate ourselves about what is really, has been for quite a while, an epidemic. And it's been said many times that among the African American community, we don't talk about it enough, and we don't educate ourselves about it enough. So one resource I wanted to put out there was NAMI, which stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Just a wonderful resource for information and education on mental illness, just so you can educate yourself about these things you may be hearing about: depression, anxiety disorder, ADHD, bipolar disorder, all these things, just information written in a way that you can understand it, and like I said, to educate yourself so you can be equipped to help yourself or someone else you may know who could be struggling. Many of their resources are free. They have chapters all over the country, and they are an invaluable resource. So I think we'll end on that note. Stay healthy and happy.
Yes. So one thing, we didn't say what we were wearing.
Oh, we didn't. Real quick. And then we'll
We're
wrap up our
wearing hand
products.
knits.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yes.
It's sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
So exciting.
So I'm wearing the throwback cardigan by Andrea Mowry. This was knit up using Barocco Ultra Alpaca. It's the main color. And then I used Yarn Hero Color Mix DK for my color work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a self striping or ombre type yarn I decided to use instead of 3 different colors. And it's really nice and roomy. My cuffs are long.
I love it.
And this morning when I left the house, it was perfect. I don't know if I'll be able to wear it home, but yeah, it's comfy and I love it.
It's gorgeous.
Thanks.
Beautiful. So I'm wearing my Greenfield cardigan. I knit this several years ago, which is why I keep having to do this. Because there's more of me than it was when I first knit this sweater. But what I love about it is that it's very forgiving. So it's definitely still wearable. I would actually wear this out with an actual outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a basic top-down raglan with 3/4 length kimono sleeves. And it hits at about the top of the thigh. So it's a good length. It's completely knit in all garter stitch, which we absolutely love. And at the very end is this cute little leaf detail.
So
when I remember knitting this, I was like, oh, I cannot wait to get to the leaf detail. So yep, that's it. And I've got these beautiful ceramic buttons that I included. This was knit in Barocco Vintage. Barocco Vintage, which I believe is an acrylic and wool blend. Yeah,
it's comfy.
It is very comfy. I've lived in this.
It's been your blanket.
It's been my
comfy
comfort cardigan. This and my one of my plucky shawls. I've been wrapped up in the couch knitting and trying to comfort myself, shivering and just. But I'm so much better. So happy.
Good.
Yeah.
You are better.
Yeah, I am better. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Well, thanks for watching. If this is your first time watching, thanks for, hanging out with us for a little while. If you care to, please, subscribe. We thank you for all your comments. We'll answer them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's been great having a co-host. Don't
has
leave
it?
It has been.
Where's my contract?
It's a lot more fun. I know exactly right.
What am I committing to? I'm enjoying it.
Good.
I never thought I would enjoy this, but I think I enjoy you. It's like we get to spend time together, and whereas
right, it's not just a
we
text
usually
message.
do
What you
this,
working on?
yeah.
Or,
It's better because it's not like we share any of our whips or
our dream
acquisitions.
Yeah.
I mean, Trish we know that we did acquire.
We remind each other of the updates.
Yeah, but it's like we don't see it. So the last couple of months, we're just seeing each other's projects and acquisitions and dreams and seeing each other, more frequently, and which
is cool.
That's nice.
Which is really cool.
I really like that.
Yeah. So it's all about talking about the thing that you love so much. It comes naturally, pretty much. Yeah. Okay, so we're definitely in with that, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again in a few weeks.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.